Well, hey guys, rig's pretty much done. You might notice, a few more bits and pieces on it now since that montage. Such stuff as had to build the triple monitor stand and then chuck up all the monitors on there, align them all, and make sure that they were sitting at the right height for this rig once it's lifted up. So after I did that, I had to get a mate around to help me with the next part because it was lifting this entire rig, as you saw, in the end of that montage, how it was built. We had to lift all of that up, just the two of us, and this thing weighs an absolute ton. So it was pretty vicarious at best, but we quickly lifted it up, got it and dropped it down and managed to get it into the cups in one go. So that was good, didn't hurt ourselves or anything, but it was, a bit touch and go. What was left after that was basically just doing most of the peripheral bits and pieces, like the dash, which I've still got to create a proper mount for, because currently I've just got it pretty iffy hooked up with some zip ties and duct tape, like a real engineer. And then, stuff like the handbrake, shifters, handbrake, and Stream Deck button boxes, my Go XLR, the Wind Sim, and cabling up the butt kickers and stuff. So then, speaking of cabling, the next bit was I was cabling in all the motion rig stuff, which that one was interesting. I learnt very quickly that if you get it wrong, stuff goes bad and you start crying. So I accidentally hooked up something wrong and it went pop, and I started crying. So got that fixed though. I had to pull apart one of the boards, learned quite a lot about how the board structure is, actually works, and the internal workings of it. So that was kind of cool. Good learning experience in one way. However, not something I'd really want to do again. After the majority of the cabling was done, I sort of, finished up the lighting in here for the Philips Hue system to give that little bit of extra immersion, set up the Wind Sim. That was pretty much it for all of the cabling and everything. So a lot of little bits and pieces of work, and there was a couple of other naggy issues, such as EMI is definitely a real thing. I've worked that out. I had some funky stuff going on with a few of my peripherals. They were just sort of cutting out, dropping out. My keyboard was typing stuff by itself, so that's interesting. Depending on where, how close I got it to the driver box, it would just start typing by itself. So it's definitely a thing. I thought people were overstating it online previously, but it's certainly something you need to be mindful of when you create, or if you decide to go down the path of a motion rig. So just make sure you've got a good solution for grounding everything, just to minimize a lot of that interference. There was another issue that I had, which was 50% possible EMI and also something else going on. So I think the combination of both was the USB port that I was plugging my wheel into was actually completely overloaded, because the hub that was plugged into it had a external power supply, but that power supply, the one port on the power board that I had was completely dead. So I didn't realize that my USB port was not getting any power and just completely overloading it. So that caused a fair few issues for me in a few races. I had one time where I was leading a race on iRacing in Nürburgring combined, and it just speared off left. I was going straight down and made a slight adjustment, and it just locked onto that and just went straight into there at 260. So that was fun. That was great. I really enjoyed the fact that it completely screwed my race. No, not really. But after all of that, I've had a few goes at this thing, and you might have seen some of the videos that I have done or released in the last few weeks of me just giggling away, having an absolute ball. So check them out if you haven't. I will be releasing more of those because it's good fun, and I just love making that sort of content. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed that montage. If you did, remember to hit that like button for me. If you're new around here, hit subscribe. And if you want to ask any questions about the rig, or just feel free to leave a comment, because I do love interacting with the community. I love helping other people work out their sim racing career and and what, you know, get them into the hobby. It's great fun. So that's just part of why I make this channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Well, till next time, stay safe, treat each other well, keep the rubber side down, and see you later, mateys.